Hey, it's so good to see you again. Thank you very much, new people on the channel who've joined over the past week. It's good to have you. Stick around till the end of this 31 Days of Horror. We're in day 18. I've got the second lease of life right now. I feel like I can make it to the end. Second week was a bit grim, but now I'm feeling like I'm revitalized a bit. So tonight I'm taking a chance on a movie I haven't seen before, but I think I've picked a safe one. It's from David Cronenberg, starring Jeremy Irons twice. This is Dead Ringers. And my David Cronenberg experience has been variable. I usually hate his movies at first, and then over time they grow on me. Like, I used to hate Crash, I used to hate Videodrome, now I love them both. Then there were movies like Shivers or The Brood, which I immediately loved. And then there are movies like Existence and Rabbit, where I'm sort of on the fence about them. There is a whole bunch of Cronenberg movies I've never seen, and that's one of them. So I'm gonna remedy that right now and let you know my thoughts. This movie is something else. I think I have reached the pinnacle of this year's 31 Days of Horror. I do not think there's going to be a movie coming up. It's unlikely that there's going to be another movie that's going to top this one as the most beautiful film. Dead Ringers has swept me off my feet. It's so accomplished. I can see myself returning to it very soon for a thorough review. What I'm offering now is my first extremely positively biased rhapsodizing video. Dead Ringers, Jeremy Irons, what a giant. I've got to say, I've only seen him in a couple of mainstream hits like the Die Hard movie, and he's always struck me as an extremely accomplished actor who makes a lot of slightly highbrow movies, so I'm not knowledgeable about his career really. When I see Jeremy Irons on the screen, I just think, here is a man burdened with intellect. He looks like he's an incredibly clever person. I can buy him play a neurosurgeon or a philosopher, anything like that. And yet he's also obviously able to emote and many other things, but he's one of these actors where I just think, wow, there is a person who's got the chops. So I was really extremely happy to watch this film and be able to say, okay, I've recently seen a Jeremy Irons film where I can finally, experience his greatness. And what a film from Cronenberg! Dead Ringers, the most mature film of his I've seen to now. Up to now I've always stuck with his good, gory, early stuff he's made with producer Ivan Reitman. And now I'm ready to move on to his more psychological films. Dead Ringers is a psychosexual drama, but a mature one. There are movies like, there is this quite popular cult movie, Possession, an Andrzej Zulawski film with Isabella Gianni, made in West Berlin. Now that's an example of a psychosexual drama. However, if I were to compare it to Dead Ringers, I would say Dead Ringers is a more mature film, as it's also based on a novel. So Dead Ringers has an amazing quality of dialogues, and there is clearly superior production there, so that actors and costume, everything is just so harmonious. Like I said, I'll have to make a separate video to be able to be a bit more articulate regarding this film's greatness. However, let's just say Dead Ringers is a film which looks mercilessly into the chasm, into the abyss, which is the human relationships. And it doesn't look away. I think it's the kind of movie Nietzsche would have enjoyed watching. And it's a movie which also avoids histrionics and theatricality, which, for example, I think Possession, for all its greatness, is very much guilty of. So Dead Ringers is a very grown-up film. I've been avoiding it all these years because I just think movies about surgery are yuck. And I saw stills and I always thought, oh my god, Jeremy Irons with the, with that surgeon overalls and everything. Oh, I'm not ready for this. So now I've reached that maturity where I braved my fear. And yes, there were some yuck moments where it's a Cronenberg horrifying, the physicality of, flesh. It's, oof. But they're brief, and there is a lot to atone for that. There is a lot of good, raw psychology. There is plenty of genuinely measured performances. I mean, this is like an Oscar-worthy movie. I'll have to check whether it got any nominations, but it seriously felt like a proper, one of those films. I'm never really interested in those 100 films you have to see before you die, but that's one of these. If I had to put together a list, I would say Dead Ringers is up there with the greats. It's an immortal achievement, blah, blah, blah. So if you're into that kind of thing, then take that as a definite recommendation from me. I'm not done yet. Dead Ringers, it's a triumph of Canadian cinema. It's amazing. I need a copy for myself. I'm going to see, there are labels like Criterion, which sort of, if a movie gets picked up by Criterion, they must have something going for it. So I wonder whether they are the ones who distribute Dead Ringers in North America. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. As I was watching the opening credits, I saw so many great names. There is a wonderful team behind Dead Ringers, so I was really excited. And the first hour had me absolutely just so in the story, and it's about these twins. So it's these twins romancing this woman, and there is a great depth to portrayal of the sick and the humane and the human and the monstrous about relationships. So as it's a Cronenberg film, there is a touch of fluid sexuality to the story, which was way ahead of its time when the film was made. I believe it's from the early 90s or late 80s, I'm not even sure. Dead Ringers is a step in the right direction. I think today in the Western society, films like Dead Ringers really are gaining potential audience every day. So if there were more movies made in that sort of vein, they would definitely also probably get some accolades at some festivals. So it's a good movie and well-made movie and a poignant movie without being too highbrow or boring or dry or pretentious. So Dead Ringers, it's frightening, but not through depiction of like mangled flesh. It's frightening through the frankness with which it shows the mercilessness of human bondage. I am so pleased to have discovered this film. Many thanks to my friend Kevin Kapaka for giving me a copy. So that's been a life-changing film viewing tonight. And to some of you still watching, I would like to just give a quick thanks to all my supporters. I am the Ice Lord, Robert Manel, the Third Pill Blog, Ralph, Jens Berkel, of course. Thank you very much for stopping by and leaving your comments. I really do appreciate those. So that's me going on about the beauty, strangeness. Did I mention the mullets and the lovely hair? I loved the costumes. It's just such a splendid film. You see, where I'm staying at the moment, there is lots of people who are wearing those kind of baggy trousers and those vintage raincoats, and they wear their hair quite long. But it's all a bit ironic. Whereas in this film, Dead Ringers, due to its vintage, it's very much, shoulder pads. It's very much certain frames, spectacles. It's very much dead earnest, and the film just looks so chic. To me, looking out of 2021, the film just looks so chic. I miss those times. I mean, I love the look of that film. I love the exterior shots. So you can hear me. I'm extremely biased. What a relief discovering a movie after some shit I've been through last week, to discover a movie where I can say I embrace it wholly and with no ifs or buts, and I'm gonna go and look for a copy to buy for my permanent collection. That was day 18, 31 Days of Horror. Bye bye.